The story begins with a girl named Mallory from the girl who was painting is. Mallory, she is pregnant, and after a few days the child is about to be born. Then his sister Jessica comes and tells Mallory that you have seen the news on TV. Some strange news is shown in the news have been. When Mallory watches the news, it turns out that such a disease is prevalent in Russia. Has spread in which humans are on their mind loses control, and this disease, when an infected person commits suicide, it forces you. The reporter tells that no one knows completely yet whether it is a disease or something virus. People just suddenly seeing something by losing control over myself and brutally take lives. Reported in the news that this disease in millions of people the disease has spread, and now the disease has spread beyond Russia. It is spreading in countries also. But Mallory ignores this news and goes to Jessica's place. Along for your pregnancy checkup. She goes to the hospital. There the doctor gives her the good news that the baby absolutely fine and soon she will become a mother is going to. Mallory would have been happy to hear this and starts to return home. But while leaving the hospital, Mallory the eyes fall on a girl who is shaking her head. She was hitting the front windshield hard. Mallory gets scared after seeing this and quickly goes and sits in the car with Jessica. Mallory tells Jessica to hurry up, come on. I think that Russian is dangerous, the virus has reached here too. Out the streets, but there has been a stir among the people and people started killing themselves. Jessica start the car quickly and go home quickly, drives the car towards. But now the situation and was getting worse. On the road many accidents start happening. This Mallory gets very scared after seeing this, and just then Jessica was driving, she sees it in such a way that the color of her eyes changes happen. Now Jessica on her own loses control and increases the speed of the car, and from oncoming vehicles she starts causing her own accidents. Mallory stops him from doing so, but not Jessica stopping, like someone on her mind got it under control, and then another car they would have met with an accident after being hit by a car. Lucky both of them would have survived this accident. And both of them come out of the car. But before Mallory could understand anything. Then she sees that her sister Jessica commits suicide by falling in front of a truck gives. Mallory before my eyes seeing Jessica die so terribly she gets very scared. But circumstances are certain, such were the circumstances that he had to face the dead body of his sister. Don't even get time to go near. She sees a stampede of people all around. There is chaos and Mallory is also among those people. Join in and run forward looks like. But someone pushed him from behind gives and makes you fall down. Then a woman comes to help. But before that she could lift Mallory, only then she would also be in front, something is visible, and that woman too, like Jessica sitting in a burning car, she gives her life to music. Meanwhile Tom, a man named, comes. He picked up Mallory, brings him inside the nearby house. In this house some people are already present, and these people too suddenly seeing all this are more scared. Inside the house everyone present asks each other that what is happening. But does anyone know anything doesn't happen? That's why these people turn on the TV. It is said in the news that outside there's something out there that's worth seeing, only people go crazy and kill themselves, but let's get down. The reporter tells that the virus has spread all over the world Therefore whoever is infected with this virus is not infected, he should keep all the windows and doors of your house closed, and the mistake of getting out of the house, don't do it at all. These people quickly went home, close all the windows as well, also cover the window glasses with paper so that monster out there the eyes could not fall on them inside. In the same way 3 days pass. But no one yet don't understand what it's all about has been. All these people are sitting worried at home are there. Then there was a knock on the door from outside a girl who cried and requested him, she says please open the door. Tom goes to open the door for that girl But Douglas opening her door refuses because he fears that the girl should not be infected. But here Mallory points the gun at Douglas and kills Tom, asks to open the door for the girl. Tom opens the door for her and that girl comes inside. Of that girl name is Olympia, and Olympia is also pregnant was. When Olympia is asked that how can you reach here with a blindfold on? Reached? Then Olympia explains that her food it was over. That's why that one knocking on the door of every house reached here. Hearing this Douglas says that we all too are in bad shape due to hunger, because these people also in the last 7 days been stuck in this house since. That's why these people think about how to bring food from outside. Although a super walk away from home there is a market. But without looking till they're reaching there was a big challenge. Then this house owner says CCTV outside the house cameras are installed. If we CCTV know the location of those monsters through camera so we can hide from those monsters, can reach supermarket and home. The owner says I don't think this even seeing monster on screen humans can get infected. But the rest everyone refuses to do so. Then the owner of the house says that if we take this step, if we don't pick it up, we will all die of hunger. This after listening, other people also felt that his words were correct. is. Everyone tie it to the chair with a rope, take it so that even if it gets infected so he can't kill himself, because anyone who saw the monster would kill himself. But he would come down. After which the rest will do it here, but they leave and go to another room, and this guy looks at the screen, it seems. After some time we see the wind blows and we see that facial expressions start changing. As soon as he sees her, the color of the eyes changes. Some time after, shouting louder from that room, voices start coming. After hearing this, others, they also come running to him. But there the owner of the house, before arriving, banging my head on the table in front of me, kills. Seeing all this, they became get more scared, and they understand one thing: she comes to love this monster. Look at the screen, or in front of your eyes, it will end up killing you. After that, these people break the monitor screen so that even by mistake these people kept their eyes on that monster couldn't fall. One more day passes like this goes, and now they are in bad shape due to hunger had finished. That's why these people go to the supermarket, make another plan to go. Tom says we should use GPS by car to that market we'll reach. After which this people car cover the glass windows with paint so that these people neither can see the outside nor no one from outside can see them inside. Who's 5 people after GPS with the help of a car, we go out and GPS slowly without seeing the road ahead. Let's move forward with the help of. Here we see that the entire city has become deserted. The road is full of dead bodies all around. Some car vibrates rapidly after going far ahead, starts playing. From car sensors it turns out that the car was surrounded by monsters have surrounded. But Tom doesn't give up and drives the car forward. Increases, and somehow these people store reach. Where people blindfolded themselves by car get down and go inside the store. Coming in, these guys are the first ones close the windows and doors, and then these people remove the blindfolds from your eyes. All kinds of food and drinks in the store things were present, seeing which they are very happy, and everyone is as happy as they are. Collect as much ration as possible takes. Here we see Mallory and Tom who are talking to each other. Tom was a good man, and Tom also saved Mallory's life. Their things tell us that this have started liking. After this, both also the things you need for yourself start searching. Mallory in a cage, he finds 3 birds which he takes with him. She keeps it, and then the door of the store opens. Knocks. But these people are out of fear, don't open the door for a man. Then the man cries and requests, please open the door. Now these people on that man there is pity, and they were also afraid that this man may not be infected. Therefore these people are already at the door for that guy, stand ready, so that if there should be even the slightest doubt on that man that this, if it is infected, then we will kill it. These people, as soon as the door is open for him, the man starts forcing his way in and says that these monsters are so beautiful. You all should see it. This hearing, these people understand that this man also is infected. Now they have that man no way out was. So Charlie goes to save everyone, pushes the man out with force, and he himself goes out with her. That guy outside beat Charlie badly, and Charlie gives his give your life to save the lives of your comrades gave. Here Mallory notes that when monsters are closer to birds noise, and now these birds are for them, will become a great support. After that the remaining 4 people would return with ration. And to them all Charlie's death there was a lot of sadness. Now it becomes night, and we let's see that everyone is in their respective rooms. They have gone, and suddenly there is a knock at the door. Does Olympia, when he realizes that there is no one outside the door, if so, then without thinking, he will send that man out of the house. Brings it inside. But then Mallory sees him and shoot it with a gun, threatens. The rest of the family is here too, come out of the rooms, and an unknown these people get scared after seeing the man, and they start shouting at Olympia that why did you bring this man in? Olympia says, I stay out alone, I am done. I know that being out alone how difficult it is. That's why I love this guy, out of pity I brought him inside, and here he is, the man whose name is Gary tells that please don't throw me out of the house. He says that some psycho people in my house had entered. Who my friends opened my eyes forcefully and showed them to the devil, showed to which as soon as I saw it all the friends committed suicide. But I somehow managed to escape and reach here gone. Here we find out who, if anyone sees that devil, he Satan shows that person something like this, due to which he gets very scared. I.e. this devil is giving that man his life, shows the greatest sorrow or loss of his. This sorrow is so deep that it can't find it, and suddenly a lot of by becoming more depressed, the person himself kills. Here's some more stuff Gary tells. He says that those psychos people were not blindfolded, but he was happy to see that devil. By listening to Gary these things we know that the devil cannot kill the person who sadder than ever in my life happens, because he is already inside is broken. That's why that person who was already in depression all his life, he is being subjected to this trick of the devil. Doesn't have much effect, but the devil makes one slave so that in the form of a human being its people and humans can hunt. Now is Gary also in that? Is it a puppet of the devil or something like this? We will know later that he is a common man. Everybody here, Gary stay home, give permission. But Douglas got Gary, but I don't believe at all, and that get him out with a gun in anger threatens. But then Charlotte came from behind. Douglas was knocked unconscious by hitting him on the head with something. And together they give Douglas another, close the room, and Gary thanks everyone. After that, next one day, suddenly both Mallory and Olympia with labor pains begin. Tom and Charlotte, while helping them, both of them were taken to the upper room. Let's take it in. But Gary stays down, and his actions are also a bit strange starts happening. That devil's lot takes out the photos and places them on the table, and we would know by looking into his eyes that Gary is also under the control of Satan. Meanwhile, Mallory and Olympia take care of their children. Give birth. One to Olympia has a daughter and Mallory has a son. But the birds kept in a cage below start making noise. Are caged by Gary picks it up and locks it in the fridge and take down the papers on the windows. Gives. Then Douglas understood after seeing his actions. It turns out that he is also a puppet of the devil, who do not die after seeing the devil, but because of the devil they kill others when asked. Douglas shouting that I told you this, get the guy out of the house. Douglas is hearing the sound, Tom comes down. But then Gary coming from behind on Tom's head, he attacks him and makes him unconscious. After this, to get rid of Gary, Douglas too moves towards. But then his children's voices come into my ears. So he left Douglas up, goes to Olympia and Mallory's room, where they remove all the papers on the windows, removes. And as soon as Olympia is out watching, he came under the control of the devil, goes. Now Mallory understands that Olympia now somehow find yourself will continue to kill. That's why he from Olympia her daughter snatches it, and then Olympia would have sacrificed her life by jumping from the window is. After that Gary caught hold of Charlotte, forces him to open his eyes, and he too kill yourself by getting infected takes. Now Gary moves towards Mallory. But he accompanied his with the sheet. Children are kept hidden. So till now she remains fine. On Gary sheet him snatches it away and starts provoking them to look outside. But then Douglas arrives there with a gun. And Gary with his eyes closed tries to shoot. But to Gary it turns out that Douglas can't see. So he took advantage of the opportunity and ran Douglas with him from the upper floor, drops down to the ground floor. Gary kills Douglas with scissor, saying that you can't see the beauty of that devil will get. Meanwhile Tom regains consciousness and pick up the shotgun and kill Gary and finish him off. Gives. After that Tom went upstairs and Mallory and Tom's children. Now only Tom, Mallory and 2 children survived. It's later, the scene is shown after 5 years. Where Mallory and Tom are in a relationship now and the children have also grown up. But danger not postponed yet. Satan's still out there, people were roaming under control and they were normal used to catch humans and kill them. These people silently like this for the last 5 years living life. Mallory gave children to survive in this difficult situation, taught all the methods. Here you guys, you must have come to know that the boy is Mallory has her own son. But this girl is not Mallory's daughter, Olympia's daughter, who died before Olympia surrenders to Mallory was. One day a voice comes from the radio in which a man named Rick tells where but this place is completely safe. Here but we have a colony. In this colony food and drink and all the necessary facilities are available. That the man tells, if you guys come here if you want, go with the flow of the river. When the flow of the river will be fastest, then our colony is located in the nearby forest. We'll go. There are many birds whose you can find us by listening to the voice. And yes, you have to come here with the flow of the river. It will take 2 days. Tom, by trusting that man, wanted to go there. But Mallory should go there. Refuses to. She says maybe it is also possible that the person is infected, whatever happens, get us out of here and kill us want to. To Tom, Mallory at night explains that if we want to survive we'll have to go there. How long will we last? This is how the blind will live their lives here. The next day when these people go out to collect the goods, then some psycho guys on them reach out to attack Tom, Mallory, and explains to children that this is the time, have to get out of here. Those people, I get entangled in things. You guys secretly get out of here the back way, go and tell on the radio through the river to reach the destination. But Mallory to Tom, don't leave me alone like this, wanted. Then Tom says that we should be alive to live, you have to give your life to someone, will have to. After this Tom, Mallory and the children out of the way and blindfolded myself in front of those psycho people with short guns comes. They ask Tom to remove the bandage. But Tom tells them, tries to complicate things so that Mallory could get out of here with the children. But then they went to Mallory, let's take a look. Now before those people go after Mallory to catch her, then Tom opened fire and killed 2 people. Gives. During this he himself got injured. And now to eliminate the rest without looking it was becoming difficult for him. So he removes the blindfold and there, but he also kills 2 more people present. Now only one psycho person is left, and when Tom is that last remaining psycho, that's why even the devil goes to kill a human being. Reaches there and the devil tells Tom starts to control it. But completely Tom was the last survivor before being subdued by he also kills the man, and then with the same gun he also takes his own life. That's Mallory hearing the sound of gunshot and understanding that Tom is dead now. That's too much. Tom cries because in this difficult time this was his support, after which he went on radio preparation to go to the specified destination starts playing. Those children explains that this journey will be very difficult, but we are there to survive, we'll have to go. And one more thing, carefully listen, no matter what happens, both of you will love yourself. Do not remove the blindfold. Otherwise you both will be killed. After this Mallory herself and blindfolding your children comes out towards the river, and reaching the river using a rope goes. Where these people sat in a boat start moving with the flow of the river. Those birds in the cage with Mallory also keeps. A few hours of travel after Mallory radioed that colony contacts people living in where she's going. But then birds in cages start making noise, and at that very moment a scary voice called Mallory. She starts calling again and again. But that ignore everything and keep moving forward is. After going some distance that sound and starts getting closer. Now we let's see a man very close to Mallory comes and tells him that you with your eyes remove the bandage. You are safe here and I also have food. But Mallory children hide it with a sheet and shoot all around with a gun starts doing it. So that man understands that's Mallory blindfolded will not remove. That's why that man near the boat comes and attacks the Mallory and forcefully removing the blindfold from Mallory's eyes. Tries to. And this guy is also Gary's kind of tells Mallory that you should get your take off the blindfold to the devil must see. She is very beautiful. But Mallory is the one to save herself, attacks him with the weapon, and after killing him she escapes from there. This Mallory and the kids traveling the way 24 hours had passed and these people get very tired. Then suddenly the boat collides with a truck which son and food items fall into water goes. Now Mallory will give water to her son. Saves me from drowning. But the food items they had get swept away in the river. Mallory was very happy to see this. Becomes more worried because if they did not get food items then they will die of hunger. So eat Mallory to find the boat on the river. She puts it aside and tells the children no matter what happens, both of you are on the boat. Stay and blindfold yourself, don't remove it at all. After this the boat food items tied to a rope looking for a house in the middle of the woods. She reaches there and finds something to eat and drink. Things are also available. But with luggage just when she is about to return the devils go after him and Mallory they start calling in human voice. Mallory firing bullets fast runs away from there. Hearing the gunshots Olympia's daughter tying herself with rope she gets off the boat and goes to find Mallory. Dizzy straight to the devil she goes away. But then Mallory pulls him away. Brings her back and scolds him angrily, I told you so, don't get off the boat. After which these three again and now Mallory and children on continuous journey for 42 hours are. Mallory explains to the children that now there is going to be a slope in the river which will the flow of water will become very fast. Therefore, hold the boat firmly. The flow of the river after going a short distance the starts getting louder. These people's strength let's hold the boat tightly. But this the path was very dangerous. Then suddenly their boat overturns and all three fall into the water and all three of them keep flowing in. Now Mallory is with her son she catches in the water. But Olympia's daughter would have got the land. And she starts calling Mallory is. Hearing the girl's voice, Mallory also finds it. In this way he had covered the most difficult path of the journey and now their destination was very close. These people move forward into the forest and then they can also hear the sounds of birds the way they were said on the radio. These people follow the sound of birds, let's go in the same direction. But then that devil also reaches there and starts chasing them. That devil to make them take the blindfold off their eyes tries to seduce. But Mallory tells children to pay attention to the sound, don't give up and keep moving forward. While moving forward suddenly Mallory falls down into the pit she goes and becomes unconscious. Children too, are you worried where Mallory has gone? They people start looking for Mallory here and there and that devil taking advantage of the opportunity taking off bandages from children in Mallory's voice says to Mallory the silly child devil understanding this, they start removing the blindfold from their eyes. But just in time Mallory came to her senses. She goes and shouts loudly to the children, stops the bandage from being removed and their voice would come to the children following is. After which Mallory took them to the birds start running does it because in the meantime that devil is absolutely was after them and every possible try to colonize these people trying to stop myself from entering was. But these people ignore the devil finally reached that place and Mallory quickly opened the door for these makes requests of people. Those people bring them in and first of all the eyes are checked to confirm that infected or not. When they know it seems that these three are not infected. They would have brought all three of them inside the colony. R. Mallory removes her bandage and sees that this is a blind school where most people can't see and so the devil can't do any harm to them. Here Mallory meets a guy named Rick. It happens from. This is actually the same guy who to Mallory and Tom via radio the location of this place was given. Lots of here birds are also reared to avoid danger. They should keep getting warnings. Enamel too free those caged birds gives. Let this story end with this goes. If you liked the video, subscribe to our channel and please like the video, and if you want to see the second part of this movie then comment right part 2.